Vo-Gus prospecting. It looks like we already have a bit of lag and some crappy reception. There's not much I can do about that. I am afraid that is just Australian internet at its finest. Today we're cleaning up the concentrates we got from high banking. Now, these concentrates were dug out on a live stream a couple of days ago, and if you haven't seen that, I will edit the description later and link it below. And we saw some okay gold, but we're not 100% sure how much we got out of it because there's a lot of very coarse tin in it. Now, I've set up the little VDR cleanup sluice here behind me, and we're going to run this concentrate through the cleanup sluice. I was going to run it through a miller table, but that product I haven't yet got my hands on, so I'm gonna go back to the old cleanup sluice. Now, these are our concentrates. All right, tip them out. This is them. So there's not much here, but it's too much to hand pan. So we're gonna reduce this down. I haven't classified it, I haven't done anything to it. I just wanted to show you some of the things we were pulling out, like you might have seen on the cover photo. This is a very well water-worn smoky quartz crystal, which was a very good find of Gadzie's, and we're pulling out lots of pieces of very, very chunky tourmaline. Look at that. So we've got a lot of potential in here for gemstones. We've also got another really big crystal here. This is the other one that Gadzi spotted as it came out. Look at that. I'm pretty sure by the way that how cold that actually feels, that might be a very smashed up topaz. Anyway, we're going to get straight into it. So my first job is to classify down, and today we are using something a little bit different. We're going the Clash Guitars route, and we're using a kitchen strainer. Now, the kitchen strainer mesh size is about 20 mesh, which is a pretty good size to classify down to. So that is the first thing we're going to do. I'm going to flip the camera around, and we're going to get into it. Ooh, we get to look up my nose for a second. Here we go. Just the tripod too. I got Miss Fern over there helping me out. All right. Very professional setup. I need an extra set of hands. All right, here we go. So we can take we know we can take these big gemstones out, put them in a bucket, and we'll get it all classified down. Now, the reason we classify, for those of you who may be joining us for the first time, is to make sure the particle size, so the size of the black sand versus the size of the gold, is comparable. We know there's a lot of fine gold in here, so if we leave the little tiny particles of gold to fight against really big particles of black sand, we'll get lost when we run it through our cleanup sluice. And we don't want that. Kitchen strainer classifiers are super easy. That's that. Alright, so that is everything above 20 mesh. Look at these pieces of tourmaline. Look at them. That's unreal. They're real nice. We're getting a lot of very large heavy material in this area. I think because the creek in that spot widens out. We should have a quick squeeze. We should have a quick squeeze and just see if there isn't any nuggets in here. Let's try it. Let's see how we go. Look at the size of the black sand, like, and how much we got of it. These are coarse pieces of tin. These bits. They're exceptionally large. I would be willing to bet that if we did a bit more hunting around there's that little nugget we pulled out. So this we actually saw on the live stream. So we can get him out straight away. Look at that. Beautiful piece of gold. But did we get any bigger bits like that? Any more? Oh yeah, we did. There's a nice flake just there. Look at that. Alright, so we've got at least 2 nice pieces in there. I will have to go through that properly later because I want to also look for gemstones. But that's not what we're here for. Most of our gold is going to be in there. Right, so tip some water back into the pond. Let's run this through the VDR. We will turn it on and we will get it going. I'll just pick you guys up for a second. So I'm running an 18 amp hour battery that's actually charged this time. And I've got the Washington beach mining speed controller, and we are running this pretty much flat out. I'm gonna back the speed off just a little bit because I know that we've got some fine gold, but we're going to be running the sluice pretty dang fast. Alright, now the other thing we've got to do is make sure there's no bubbles in the sluice mat. So you can see here that there are some little pockets of air, and those pockets of air will prevent gold from actually settling into the vortexes and the drop riffles. So you have to run up and make sure that all of those are gone, otherwise you're guaranteeing yourself some loss. Alright, that is pretty well that. I'll turn that hose out of the way a little bit. Just making sure there's no more bubbles. None that I can see. Okay, beautiful. So we've got this set up at 11 degrees and it's level in every single direction. I spent quite a bit of time setting that up and making sure it was all good. Now, let me just fiddle around with this for a second, guys. We've got there we go. Spoon! We're taking the Paulie route. We're going to get our spoon action on. I'm pretty keen to see how much Mayhem Prospecting daily live streams. Yeah, well, look, you know, I like doing them. I really enjoy being able to actually have a bit of a chat with you guys and show you what I'm up to in the behind the scenes stuff, because there's a lot that happens, you know. There's heaps that happens that you guys don't get to see, and there's a lot of questions that get asked that, like, I feel like I've answered a million times, but I know I haven't, because, you know, it's in doing this sort of stuff. So if I do live streams, that way I can catch people up on all the stuff that goes into prospecting. Now, this is feeding into a bucket, so I can check the bucket later on for loss. Last time I did this, I thought I was going to get a lot of loss. When I ran the whole bucket, I dropped about 15 microspec, so I really wasn't too fussed about that. Now there's a little bit of V matting up the top here, and that's just to show you what kind of gold is going down your sluice. It's not actually there to catch anything, but it's where we will see a lot of our gold. And this is not going to take us too long because we haven't got that much in the way of concentrate. It's just too much to hand pan. Might actually bring you guys around. I could probably hold you. There we go. Again, guys, I do apologize for the picture quality. I've been doing some research on it. I'm not sure why it's doing it. It's very frustrating on my end. Yeah, bro, but I don't know why. I don't know why the quality drops. But you can change the quality. I have noticed that when I go back and watch the streams, if you change it to 720p, it will increase the quality quite a bit. You don't always get the full 720, but you will get close. Hopefully you guys are going to be able to see that. We're getting quite a bit of gold starting to form in those top pieces of VMAT. I can't see too much gold migration either, which is good. Now, later today I've got to draw last month's patron prize as well. So if you are awaiting that draw, that is going to be happening later. I probably won't do it live. I've got couple of things I've got to do, so I'll just record it and post it up on the Patreon YouTube channel. What is the best metal detector for golden relics? The Equinox 800 at the moment. If you have to buy a machine that does both, that's the one to buy. But then we have got the Legend coming out by Nocta Macro. That could be a good machine, but it's not yet released, so we'll have to wait. We're almost done here too. Look at that. Look at that. Can you guys see that gold? We did not too bad. Almost run through it all. Almost. You only have $1,000, bro. Well, then the Equinox 800 is the machine for you. It's 1,200, so you got to save up an extra 2. And that is how you will get into both relics and gold. All right, here we go. We got this. We're just going to let this sluice do its clean out thing, so it'll reduce some of the black sands for us. I'm going to have a quick squeeze in this. Oh yeah. So fine gold, super fine gold. Not heaps of it left at the bottom of the pan, so that's good. We'll just tip it in, because we can do that. Because we're adults. Cool, cool, cool. So we're going to let that run. Now the reason we're letting that run is to make sure that it clears out as much of the black sand as possible from in these riffles, because that's going to reduce the total amount of hand panning that I have to do. And it's also why you have such long sluices, because any gold migration should get stopped. I can see a piece of gold here, which is perfect. It's in the top third of our capture area, and we've still got, oh well, top quarter. We've still got heaps of room, and I cannot see any pieces of gold down here. The reason that got down here, I reckon, is because it's a very flat flake. Trevor, you do not want to see me. You do not want to see me using dowsing rods. It's just me swearing a whole bunch. I do like watching this thing work. I kind of wish these cells would agitate a little bit more. I don't know if increasing the angle might help. Actually, we could probably turn up the water flow now, because we've already run it all. So we didn't have much left in that pump. It's an 800 gallon an hour bilge pump, but we're going to max it. There is a lot of gold just sitting in that VMAT. Alright. We are bringing it down. I can see these cells starting to clear out at the bottom. In particular, the cell with the piece of gold migrating down was full just a minute ago, and now it's come down by at least 50%. That is good. All right, well, why that does that, we might be able to actually pan out the big stuff. Let's do that. We can do that. Again, we're adults. We can do these things. Okay, here we go. Little slice of the pizza tourmaline. Pick out some of the big rocks, because we don't need them in there. It's just going to make it annoying. I'm pretty aggressively trying to move that off, and it is not moving. Alright. I think we're just left with the black sands. That's good. Now we can really hopefully see exactly what's in here. We know that there's 2 pieces of gold, but is there anything else? That's a huge flat flake of ironstone. Ironstone is not common on Reedy Creek. The tin is real coarse too. There's 1 piece of gold just coming out in that corner. Come on. I'm surprised we didn't pull more lead out, to be honest. And there's that other flake. He's just a flat flake. If I can pick him up, he's a sticker. I can't pick him up. Alright, I'll push him back into the heavies. At a quick glance, I haven't seen any gemstones, like any sapphires or anything really big and shiny and worth picking up. I can't believe that that is our only other big flat flake. There you go. Oh well, we'll get rid of that. So there you go. There are 2 plus kitchen strainer sized bits. They're not bad. There'd be a little bit of weight in both those pieces. And we're going to look back in the sluice. Alright, sluice is looking okay. Most of the small vortexes have done a pretty good job of clearing out. So I guess we will do the bucket dump. Bear with me on this one, guys. This is my least favorite part, as I know Trevor knows. The bucket I prepared earlier. Hey, Ferny girl. So smooth. That went so smoothly. These in there. It's a cactus, that's why you don't touch it, Fern. Alright. Here we go. This is what we're left with. So this is our super concentrates. This would be the heaviest of the heavy stuff, and where we're going to see most of our gold. There's that flat flake again. The tin prevents the gold from sinking through to the bottom of the pan because of friction, and that's exactly why that flat flake probably made it down so far. Even though it's actually got a little bit of size about it, it made it down the cleanup sluice run pretty dang far. Look at that, starting to get some gold coming out in the top. Oh man, I still got a lot of cleanup to do with this, like a lot. Look at that. So that's some of our gold there. Again, I have a lot of cleanup to do. All through that black sand is a lot of fine gold. This is exactly why I want a miller table. We probably reduced that by half, but we're going to have to go through, classify this down to probably 50 mesh to get rid of these sort of coarse chunky bits, and then run this through either a pan or a miller table or the blue bowl or something else. I've even got gold floating now, which is just not ideal. All right, Fernie, what are you doing? She's a massive, there's something over here I should check. I might like it, it'll be a danger noodle. Look like no danger noodle. No, no danger noodles. Cool. You're just making me paranoid for no reason. Is that your plan? All right. Where's that camera button? Whew. So there you have it. I wanted to show you this part of the process again because there's a lot of people that have been asking me on my shows how I deal with the black sands in the tin, and to be bluntly honest, it varies depending on what we're doing. This is going to be a challenge. The reason it's going to be a challenge is because most of the time I'm dealing with consistent sized black sand. So the black sand particle size would be predominantly under 30 mesh, say. But in this case, we have such a mix. It seems the stream seems to be dropping all of the heavies, every single type, like lead and steel and all the gemstones and all the black sand and all the gold, right across its width in this one area, and that mix is making it very difficult to separate. I really do need a miller table because at this stage I could reduce it down knowing that most of my gold size is probably under 40 mesh. So if I classify it under 40 mesh, I only have to deal with some of the black sands but the majority of the gold. At the moment I can't do that. I've got to use this and I've got to use a pan, and it's just very, very slow going. So anyway, I just wanted to show you this little part of the cleanup as well as some of the gold that we called out the other day while I was doing the live stream out on the creek. I did say I would show you guys, and this was that. So once again, short little stream today, but thank you very much for tuning in. I hope you did enjoy it. I have to go. Don't. She was about to eat the nuggets. I hope you did enjoy it. I am going to continue doing this cleanup, and I'm going to put a post up probably on YouTube and Facebook once the cleanup's done so that you guys can see absolutely everything. I am drawing the patron thing in the next couple of hours. I'll just film that and put that up on the patron YouTube page. So I hope to see you guys on the next stream or for the next video, and until next time, keep safe, and I am out. Bye guys.